Hey everyone, welcome to the video. Today we'll be getting the strongest tech of the season, this heavy boost right here. And if there's one thing I regret about the season, it's not getting this on day one, because it's such a strong boost on a couple different levels. One, there was a hidden buff that happened maybe a few months ago. Normally the heavy boost only gave +3 levels, but now it's +4. So where you had a 25% health and damage bonus, that shoots up to 35%, and especially this season with the squad leaders, they just do a ton more health and damage. So we'll check now, around 1800 for the Zook fan, and the meat shield, about 16,000. We can pick up that boost. And looking back at the squad leaders, that 1800 shoots up to 2800 damage. So that's almost 50% extra. And with the meat shield, that 16k turns into 23k. So about 40% extra HP. So all that combined makes this node probably the strongest of the season. And we can do a few hits. Don't think it's too late getting it since we have no normal HCs all the way till 7. Here we got our first match. And like a compact that we're running, so we can try our full all heavy hit. As we get some more tech, maybe troop health, these kind of hits should be easier. And maybe we can go just from one side. The right one doesn't look too bad. We can worry about that Doom Cannon by putting that meat shield a bit further ahead. And we also have the Minesweeper, so he can deal with mines. But in this case, a Zook fan also does a good job. Whenever he hits a building, all the mines around it get cleared. And we'll just go from there. So maybe starting with Zook fan first, meat shield a bit to the left and everyone else. We can use our squad flares in just a bit. Just want that Zook fan to clear a bunch of these mines. And as he gets going, we can maybe start flaring the meat shield over here. Again, letting the Zook fan do his thing. We can even flare the meat shield all the way to that Doom Cannon one more time. And don't have a ton of heavies now, so really want to keep them alive. Don't know why that one meat shield is going left. And that Zook fan doing his thing. There aren't a ton of heavies left, but we can maybe just do a flare on the left side. As long as I clear a few of these cannons, we should be okay. Just relying on that Zook fan for most of the damage. He should solo this left ER, let the heavies do their thing on the right, even killing that one cannon right behind. And now just flare the last ER. So even without troop health, can get a base like this down. Got 244, see if it's enough. And here, looks like it is. As we collect towards troop health, we can pick up Zooks and Cryos, maybe use some of them in these hits. Here another match, a more spread out base this time, though he doesn't have any boom cannons. And here we can just use everyone from the left side. Since a Zook fan does a lot of the damage, we'll do more heavies on the opposite side. So maybe most of the heavies here, Zook fan over here. And a decent amount of heavies in the middle, especially that meat shield. Minesweeper can go on the right side. Aren't too many mines in this base, just a few shock mines in the back. And as we clear the first few ERs, we can get ready to just Hail Mary. Zook fan doing his thing, he might get shocked in a bit. So it does delay down a little bit of that side. But what we can do is just pinpoint this right ER. Because once it's dead, just start flaring the rest. Let them clear just a bit more. And we can go straight for that Doom Cannon. Have a bunch of smoke to help out. Minesweeper gets this cannon down, and we'll just clear a few more buildings and start flaring. Meat Shield can go towards the right side, clear a few shock mines. As we do other flares, can still flare the Meat Shield. Clearing a few of those shock mines, then sending one last flare. A bit early, but we can flare the Zook fan back. And just a few smokes. Not a lot of heavies left, but that Zook fan just gets it for us. We'll get 229. And it's a close one. He had Kavan, but looks like okay. And now we can also get just one chest. With that, start moving towards troop health. Can unlock Zooks and Cryos. And just one more chest for that troop health should really help out. But with Zooks, we can still max it out. In some bases, they can help out, especially when there's compacts and you just need a little extra damage. And Cryos are just fine at level 1. And do a few more hits. Alright, got a match over here. Looks like a pretty dirty 5 ER. 70 building health and 50 building damage. This might be a good one to try out one Cryo and Zook. So doing that now, I think just one Zook Cryo could be enough. Still 3 heavies are the squad leaders, other 3 normal heavies. And just hit it from the left side. Sending the Zook first since it's slower, just by a few seconds than everyone else. And as they get up there, we can flare just in the middle. That way they split between left and right. A few Zooks going on the left, can do one flare. Then one more right there. And let's send that Meat Shield a bit further up. Rocket is gonna kill a few Zooks. But we got everyone else doing their thing. I'm just hoping everything keeps on going. A few Cryos left. And after this boom cannon goes down, we can flare a bit towards the left side. Just trying to make sure the Zook fan stays alive. Start using him to flare down that cannon. Even after that boom cannon. Because he's all we really have this rest of the hit. Let's get down this other BC. And once that rocket dies, we can just flare on the left. And might be enough for the rest of the base. They're gonna get these 2 ERs. And we'll use a few smokes here. Make sure they stay on this side. Even a bit closer. Got the Cryo doing his thing. So let's say 4 ERs. But with this guy being super defensive, I'd say that's still good. Without the heavy boost, maybe only 2 ERs. And now, getting a few more on these really defensive bases. Here we got another match. This time a 4 ER. And I'm guessing, now that if we hit 4 ERs, they'll have all the offense. So he already has those boosts, and pretty sure he has art too. But we could try heavy rushing from one side. Or maybe even a split kind of hit. Use like one heavy Zook over here. Then the rest of the heavies towards the right. Especially this Minesweeper for all these boom mines. And we'll go ahead and try that. So one heavy Zook on the far right, one kind of in the middle, and everyone else over here. even flaring that Minesweeper over there. And the good thing is, he still clears mines even under smoke. So we'll do one so he goes ahead and doesn't take too much damage. A few heavies going left, we can keep them alive. And then just watching the other sides. As soon as the left ER goes down, we can start flaring the rest. So maybe right now. And we'll send the meat shield up in front. He can clear a few shock mines. As this ER dies, flare towards the back. And just a few smokes. Even though we can't flare that shield, we can flare all the other squad leaders on it, especially that Zook fan. So going towards that ER, and we'll get 253. See if it's enough. And here, looks like it is. Over here we got 5 ER, Doom Cannon, Sky Shield. And on these kind of bases, I like going just from one side. Makes it a little bit safer. He's also got 80 building damage, so should watch out. And again, we can try from the left side. Eventually, using that meat shield, Zook fan to kill that Doom Cannon. Zook fan should be across the gap. And still liking that Cryo Zook on some of these more clearing type bases. So we'll go ahead, start the hit. Zook fan here, normal Zook and the rest of the heavies. Cryo also on the left side. And after this machine gun goes down, can flare that Doom Cannon. Can start now with that meat shield, then send the Zook fan there. Minesweeper doing his thing. Again, both shooting across the gap. Even flaring that Zook fan to kill that cannon. And want to keep a few of these guys alive, so we'll do one smoke. That Cryo should help out against that rocket, but are losing a few amount of Zooks. Since enough Zooks are on the left side, we'll send the normal Zook fan up there. Because he's also going to clear some of those mines. And just watching everyone go. Not too many heavies left, so gotta be careful. Right side, Zooks are going to get that ER. And as we get a bit closer, we'll see. So far looking not too bad. Can smoke a few of these heavies. And might be okay to finish off the rest of the base. See how many Zooks can stay alive. Really gotta kill that one cannon and especially that BC. So just a little bit left. Got one Cryo going. And not too much else. That Boom Cannon might be the last of it. So we'll try to get it down, but one shot could just kill that Zook fan. Though with 80 building damage, I think it was also an okay hit. Got most of the base down. And now it's on percentage. Which looks like we pulled off. So because we went for defense early, we don't even have to full clear every base to get the win. But since our next unlock is Troop Health and after that Kavan, we should be really strong on offense. And here got a 4 ER. Can again try a heavy rush. And one Cryo might not be bad either. They're as fast as heavies and can really slow down these snipers. Even some boom cannons over here. So we'll basically just drop everyone. Can clear up to this ER, then start flaring. Since both of these ERs are under a shield, we can flare in this corner for most of the heavies, and use the squad flares for the ER behind it. So watching this bottom side, and just letting them do their thing. After one ER we can start flaring. And let's send the Minesweeper early. Gets rid of those shock mines. Otherwise we can flare right there. Just a touch late on it, but might be fine. Again, getting rid of those shock mines. And the heavy should get the left ER, so with the meat shield Zook fan, we'll just go for that last one. Basically killing both ERs around the same time, and get a 3-minute time. Just seeing if it's fast enough. And a real close one, but looks like we got it. Surprised if 4 ER was that fast, but we'll see what he did. Looks like just heavy Zook Skavan, and maybe with Art too for that last ER. So these 4 ERs, again with a lot of offense, they can be super fast. But we also have the offense to beat him. And that's going to be rank 19, get that chest. Which gives us just enough keys to get troop health, which will max out. And now just waiting till tomorrow once we get Kavan. Can do a lot of fun hits like in the last video, showing a few on the other account with sending the Zook fan one way, if he dies, bringing him back. And other than that, kind of just waiting for 6 ER. Eventually we can get shock launchers and more importantly normal shocks. And you can see there's a ton of offense at 6 ER, so should be okay for these kind of hits. But that's going to be it for today's video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.